See, this whole being broke thing isn't so bad in actual fact. It's really not the all negatives that society pretends it to be. And you know what? Maybe it's because I still live with my parents, or because the whole rest of the world still lives with their parents. But in my opinion, there are still some benefits to being broke. And because that state of obvious delusion has helped me come to terms with my own brokenness, I thought that I could share with the rest of you nest dwellers what are exactly the benefits of being broke. Before we even think about anything beyond the pure money aspect itself, you can't deny that it definitely makes you better with money in the first place. After all, not spending is the first step to saving, which is the first step to having money to spend. You see what I'm getting at here? It's just basic finance. But if you always had the money, then what would you have ever had to learn about budgeting? When would you ever have to learn about the real value of currency? Face it, rich people are nothing but your average bum with their rags from Persia and their roadkill served on golden china. You can't tell me that there's much of a difference between anyone who sits around all day doing not a damn thing but eating frog and pigeon anyway. There's really not much of a difference between a snob and a bum. If you think about it, snobs are only really like one good Wall Street crash from being any other useless drug addict you'd find under a bridge. And hell, who even likes to spend all that much in the first place? And no matter how much money you got, we both know that you still feel it in your heart every time you gotta put your little pocket robot up to the money robot and it makes that silly sound that means that you have no clue exactly how much money you're after spending because of the lack of any sort of physical conceptualization to your money in the 21st century. No matter how much you got, all you know is that you have less now. And that's a terrible feeling for just about everyone everywhere. It's just basic human psychology is all. But when you've got no money to go about spending anyways, hell, at least you don't have to worry about that. Not to mention how I kinda even like the limitations psychologically. Well, like is a strong word, but I guess you could say that I need them. Because bad decisions are way easier to make when you can actually afford them. Man, like the other night, for example, I literally just made a cup of tea and read a book and went to bed. Like it was the damn 60s or something. I don't even think that my brain and body were able to handle this system shock. That all it could do was collapse into some of the most relaxing sleep I've had ever, I guess. Let's be real, it's pretty easy to be a good person when you've got a house and food and not much money for much else. Evidently so, it's so, like, way easier to be a good person when you haven't sold your soul to the god of child sacrifice for temporary and superficial riches in this life, subjecting your soul to the torment of ultimate sin. So, you know, that's a plus. And listen, alright, I know how you're probably thinking some bullshit like how this is bullshit. They'd still rather be rich, and guess what, buddy? Me too. But I'm not, and I'm kinda hoping that you aren't also, which is nothing personal, I just hate you boners. This video isn't about me trying to say that I'd rather be a broke ass who can't afford enough beer to make buying beer worth buying in the first place, but just that, you know what, I've learned how to embrace my new lifestyle of only ever drinking beer from a can outside in the cold, and there are benefits to that. What exactly are the benefits, you may be asking? Well hey, at least my beer is always gonna stay cold too.